went wrong in those? It seems like things kind of went off the rails, kind of those first few drives in the third quarter. Kind of what was different there?
Yeah, we just can't turn the ball over. We had like three drives in a row with a turnover, but that just can't happen. But they just came out in the second half. They played well. They're a good defense and they're a good team. But we just honestly, we wanted it to be close going into halftime, and we just weren't able to capitalize in the second half.
Did you feel like you were thrown on that one with the call?
Yeah, it's tough though. I'm trying to. I'm not gonna, because I was moving in the pocket while also, trying to get rid of it. So I'm not gonna have a ton on the ball. Like if I were to, if I was heaving one downfield, then maybe the ball would have traveled further. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought, I had control of the ball at some point. I just couldn't tell. It's their decision. So.
What did they present defensively that maybe was different than what you thought, or what challenges did they present?
They didn't really do anything much differently. They ended up pressuring from the field a lot more than we were expecting, but also, they just played really good man coverage. They have good athletes there, and they were able to do that in the secondary. But other than maybe a little bit extra field pressure than we were expecting, they didn't do a ton differently than we were expecting.
What did you see on the interception? Like a big play.
Yeah, that's just kind of what it was. I had a one-on-one opportunity, and the DB made a good play.
It looked like there's maybe a little bit of confusion on that 4th and 1 before the replay review. Did you guys have a play call? Were you guys waiting for a play call before the replay review there?
In the first half?
Yeah.
I think that just the confusion was. I don't know what was going on, because I'm sure there's a lot of communication going on with the coaches. I think they were confident that we got it and they wanted to review it, because Ohio State, they had a very similar play, maybe the drive before, the 2 drives before that, where they went to review and they ended up getting it. So I think we were deciding whether he got it or not, and whether they were going to review it, and then I think that's what just kind of was going on. We're just staying out there in case we do a couple.
Cade, you've been on some really good teams that have competed with other really good teams. Iowa's struggled to do that for a little while. I guess from your vantage point, how do you flip that around?
I think we have to play in these games to see that level of competition. I think games like this are really good for our team. Obviously it's unfortunate that we lost, but we don't want to measure ourselves against lower competition. Like we want to we're striving to be the best team in the Big Ten, and when we're playing the big dogs, like today we played a really good team. I think it just makes the film and us getting better, it just increases that rate, and I think, today, for the most part, in the first half, we kind of kept it to, what we wanted it to, we were moving the ball, we had a couple hiccups, there's some missed opportunities there, but, I just think, just the second half didn't go our way, which was unfortunate, but, I think the difference between really good and being good is very slim, and I think, we're really trying to hit that. We're really close to getting that, and I think, we just have to just keep getting better. And we have 7 more games left. We can't throw the towel in now. We have a good team. We have good leadership. We have a lot of good players too, and we just can't allow this to derail us, because there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of good guys on this team.
Is it humbling when the gap there kind of looks a little bigger in a game like this, where it's 35-0 for a while?
I don't know if it's that much humbling. You lose, you lose. So, obviously any kind of competitor is going to be, upset if they lose. And, we just have to, it's just, we lost today. So it always sucks when we lose.
You mentioned not letting this derail the season. Does that come down to leadership on the team, or I guess what would you pinpoint in terms of keeping it going forward?
Yeah, I think leadership's a big part of that. I think it takes everyone though. It takes the guys who didn't make the trip. It takes the guys who are here. It takes the coaches. It takes all of us for us to continue to push this thing forward. And I think that we have a lot of good guys who have a lot of good character, who are willing to get back tomorrow and put in the work, and that's what we're going to do.
When things were going right on some of those drives where you guys were able to drive into Ohio State territory, what was going right on those drives?
I think it really was that we were just converting on third down. We had a couple, even some third and longs that we were able to convert, and when we're able to do that, and whether it's finding Luke or finding Jacob or doing those things that we're able to move the chains no matter the distance, that's what keeps drives alive, and that's what I think really led to our success on those drives.
Luke had that third down conversion where he really fought, probably got 2 extra yards just working through that tackle.
Yeah.
What's a play like that do to energize the team in a game like that?
That's like the inspiration, and that's the leadership that we have on this team. That we have, we're counting on guys like Luke, like Jay, there's a lot of good leaders on this team that, when they show that they're still playing like that, even when we're losing, it really shows the character of the guys on this team, and I'm really proud of Luke for that. And he gave it everything he had today, like a lot of guys did.
Okay, I know the final score is what it is, but you guys played the number 3 ranked team in the country to a one-score game in the first half, moved the ball up and down the field. Is there a sense of pride in any way you guys played today?
There's always going to be pride in the things that you did well, and that's the process of being a competitor, is learning from, what you did well, and also, what you didn't do well, and, some of the things that we were able to do, obviously we have a lot of film to watch, so, the things that we were able to do well, hopefully, we continue to do those things, and, the things that we didn't do well today, it's going to be our job, to get better at those things as well.
Did it feel like just one thing after another in the second half that suddenly the tide went against you?
Yeah, momentum's a big thing in football, and once once you lose the momentum, it's very difficult, especially against a team with a good offense and a good defense like that. And once we lost the momentum, it's really difficult to regain. And shout out to them that they were able to get it going.
It seems like obviously our run game has been the biggest part of our season so far, or your season so far. And when the passing game's not going and they're really packing the box, seems like it just it struggles for the offense to get going. I don't know if you agree with that statement at all.
What's the question?
It's just your thoughts on them packing the box a little bit, keeping Caleb behind the line.
What are my thoughts on them packing the box?
Yeah.
That's their defensive strategy, and we just have to do everything we can to, if that's what they're going to do, if they're going to do other things. They showed a lot of different coverages today. It wasn't just packing the box. They were running man coverage, they were running 2-high coverage, they were running field pressures and zone coverage. They were running all kinds of different stuff. They weren't just, I don't think they were just packing the box. So, we were able to operate, and when they were giving us zone coverage, we were able to cut them a little bit. And, we're going to look back at some of the stuff that they did, but most importantly, it's about what we do going forward.
I thought you guys actually did a good job on third down passing in the first half. Where did you feel like things maybe unraveled? Maybe the good of the first half and then the bad of the second half in terms of the passing game.
I think at the end of the day, they played well too, So I think when they were able to, when they played some really physical man coverage at times, I thought that we should have gotten a call or two when our wide receivers get ripped down to the ground. But sometimes that doesn't go your way, and you have to do whatever you can to stay physical, and I have to do everything I can to locate balls and try and get the ball out as fast as I can.
Thank you.